I'm gonna sound like a weirdo. I probably sound like a weirdo all the time anyway, so it doesn't matter. If there's such thing as timeline shifts or timelines or different dimensions, I'm definitely... I think I might be different from regular folks. Because sometimes it seems like I'm either ahead of everybody or behind everybody. Like when I talk to regular people, and it could just be me overanalyzing or whatever, but it's just kind of weird to me. I don't know. I wonder if you can shift timelines. I don't know if that's a thing. I'm open-minded. What I do understand about this world is the older I get, the more I realize I don't know. And that's why I said in my book, my opinions can change based off new evidence that gets brought to me. I might not have heard something and I realize, wow, yeah, that doesn't make sense. My opinion doesn't make sense. So it can change. And I think that's a good thing. I think it's good to realize that you're not always right about everything, and you can be wrong. But I'm pretty open-minded. I'm fairly open-minded. So, if you watch my videos, I will explain that the ones that are dark, those are in the morning. I'm driving to work. I really don't feel like making videos after I just got done working 10 hours, and then I go to the gym too. The last thing I really want to do is talk about deep conversation. I'm just kind of like, my energy is taken from me. I'm an introvert, so I deal with people all day. I have to have interactions, so my energy is depleted. Like I said, plus I go to the gym for an hour or two after that. So that's why I make videos in the mornings, and it's all dark because I go to work at 5 o'clock in the morning. Somebody left a comment talking about like they disagree with me. They said I sound like Karl Marx. Listen, I'm not a communist. What I'm trying to say is I just want fair wages in my videos. That's all I want. It seems like it's like a form of slavery, the way our current system is, the way that it's like if you exchange your time for... What are you doing, dude? You exchange your time to be somewhere you don't want to be, to do work, which is fine, for basic things, and you can't do anything extra. There's no incentives really to work hard because people just don't the companies don't want to pay right, and they got these CEOs making all this money, and the regular workers just aren't rewarded. And yes, CEOs take a big risk financially. I'm not disputing that, but regular people, like, I put my life on the line every day going to work. Not everybody has this. I work with heavy machinery, so I can be killed any day. And office workers, like, you take a risk too. Like, we all take risks. There could be a shooting at work. We all take risks. And to think like lower, and also like I'm taking a risk investing my time and potential future time in a company that might not be being ran right. So I think it's being ran right, and I think I got a job for the next 5 years. Well, what if it goes out of business? I'm taking a risk too. So it's like, to think that only CEOs take a risk. Well, the lower workers take a risk too. But the problem is they have all these people in mid-management making all this money, but they don't really do anything. The CEOs are making like way more than the lowest workers. You got Jeff Bezos out here taking fun rides on rockets in space on the backs of his lower workers. You know what I mean? So it's just like, it's a joke. It's a joke. My thing is, why can't we have come so far when it comes to technology, and there's so many smart people out here. Why can't we just think of a system where we don't need slavery to produce regular things for people? Like I'm talking about basic needs. Whether it's healthcare or housing or food, clean water for the whole world. How are you gonna like be a billionaire living in this lavish lifestyle, knowing that there's people starving to death, kids starving to death, a lot of people starving to death? How do you sleep well at night? Because they don't care. They live in a bubble. It's like not a reality to them. And when people realize like we're all just slaves to these people, and other people from different countries are slaves to us, when we wake up and we just like put these people in their place. Like, these people in power are only in power because we let them be in power. You're telling me that these people are a small amount of people, small group of people, and they have so much power over all of us? If we all stood up together and woke up together and put these people in their place, you know, like, they might have their security. Okay, listen, if I was in a different country, right, and I had political power, man, I hate people. I hate drivers. I hate them. Like, this lady just didn't use a turning signal, and I could have turned and crashed into her. She's so, I can't stand people. Oh, okay. So if I had a lot of people on my side and I wanted to do an uprising in a different country, let's say Switzerland, and I wanted to take out Klaus Schwab, if I wanted to take him out and I had a lot of people on my side, this is what I would do. Yeah, Klaus Schwab's got a lot of security. Well, guess what? I would find out who his security is. And then I would find out who their families are. And then I would have people go occupy their families, forcing the security to stop protecting Klaus Schwab, right? In Switzerland. This is what I would do if I had mass power over people. And those security people would, like, it's almost like holding their families at ransom. I'm sorry. That sounds bad, but that's what I would do. And the security would be like, I'm not going to protect Klaus Schwab anymore. And we would just overtake them. And that's what I would do with the elites. And if the government had a problem with it, if I'm talking about, you would have to have mass amount of power, then same thing would go for them. Find out who the troops are, or the security that's protecting the politicians, Do the same thing with their families. I guarantee you the people who are protecting these elites are only doing it for a paycheck. They're not doing it for allegiance. They would drop to their knees for their families. And the politicians would be left very vulnerable. And you know what I mean? So, like, people need to stand up and rise together. But what they do is they divide people. That's what they do. That's what the elites of the world do. So, I see one of the comments, like, one of the comments in my videos is one of the coolest comments I've seen is, this dude is out of the Matrix. Yeah, I'm out of the Matrix. I participated in the Matrix because I haven't I have kids to raise, man. I got kids to raise. And plus the thing is too, I don't know. I have to participate in it for right now. Don't like to. I try not to spend much money. I'm minimalist as much as possible, but yeah, I am out of the Matrix mentally. I see things for what they are. I don't know everything, definitely not, but I definitely see how America is divided, extremely divided, and why they're dividing us, because if America's divided, it's easily conquered. So they want us to fight over stupid things like race or gender or whatever the new thing is, and put side versus side. Yeah. And if you want to investigate me, FBI, go ahead, dude. Come and investigate me. You can investigate me all you want, dude. I'm just a regular person. I don't have any affiliation with any militias. I'm not promoting violence in my country at all. At all. I don't promote any violence. I don't tell people to go out and commit violence. And if people want to misconstrue what I was saying, this is a hypothetical situation I thought up of. I think the cartels kind of do this. They kind of do this in different circumstances. Yeah, that's a hypothetical thing that I think that people could do with these elites who act like our masters when they're just regular people that are very vulnerable once their defenses are taken down. And another thing too is a person could infiltrate, like the Klaus Schwab, they penetrate their cabinets. Well, guess what, Klaus Schwab or the Rockefellers? Do you know we can penetrate your inner circles? Because we're people too. Servants, we can pose as servants and penetrate your inner circles. And I'm saying, make you very vulnerable. We can get people on the inside. So those security that are protecting you, that are doing it for a paycheck, they don't have allegiance to you. We the people can uprise and take you out so quickly. But people have to wake up first and realize what's happening. We need to take back our power. Some people in different countries are, because they're starving, and the people who are causing this starvation are the people I'm talking about, the Rockefellers and Klaus Schwab and all the rest of these people in the New World Order. This is what they want. Well, you're putting yourself in a vulnerable spot because you're going all in. You're going all in. I seen what you did in 2020. I seen what you did in 2021. And I see what you're doing now to other countries. So, like I said before, if I had any type of reach, any type of mass reach, where people actually seen this in mass amounts of people, I would be murdered. I would be murdered for saying these types of things. Because it wakes people up and makes them realize that this is all fake, man. This is a fake system. It only benefits the top. And that's why you see like a great resonance, because people realize, man, why would I want to bring kids into here in this situation? I can't even afford a house. Like, how could I afford another human being? Prices are way too expensive for everything. Why is that? It's all manufactured. This is purposely done. Here in America, they're trying to do this. Like, Biden's depleting our oil reserves. Well, those are supposed to be meant for emergencies and military vehicles. So when he depletes that, oh man, like, thank you. Like, yeah, our Biden, his policies have caused all this. This mass amount of inflation. Our government, our people who keep spending all this money, who keep sending money to overseas, like, this is why they keep expanding, and they don't do nothing here. They don't care about us. We want to protect Ukraine's borders, but don't protect our own borders. It's a joke, man. It's a joke. America is being destroyed. It's not going to be destroyed altogether, but the value is being drained out. These rich people are trying to take all they can, trying to siphon all they can before they leave to another country, probably New Zealand or whatever. And then they leave us saddled with like this mass amount of debt. It's almost like I get a girlfriend, okay? She's high maintenance. I spend all this money on her. So when my money runs out, I can't sustain this type of lifestyle she's accustomed to. She leaves me. She jumps ship and leaves me. I'm saddled with all this debt, or my credit is ruined. And that's kind of like what's happening now. The politicians and our leaders and these wealthy corporations are who get bailed out. Like these banks that get bailed out and don't have to ever pay that stuff back, and that's just, we're funding them. Like in 2008. You don't think that's gonna happen again? You don't think that's gonna happen again? Like this, what we're going through is worse than 2008. People don't see it. They're gonna see it pretty quickly. We can't all just transition to electric cars, dude. Like, this climate change is a bunch of bullshit. If they seen it coming, why didn't we start transitioning and all this before? Why is it all of a sudden? We can't just transition our current infrastructure onto something that's not even made yet. You can't even get an electric vehicle. You're on like a waiting list. Do you think our power grid can sustain everybody having an electric vehicle? And plus, you realize that our electricity is like a small amount of it comes from like solar or wind. Most of it comes from either like nuclear or gas. Like the electric vehicles are good for like cities, like small commutes. I couldn't imagine trying to drive one of those things cross country, having to charge it every I don't know, wait 8 hours for an hour or whatever. I couldn't imagine that. That would suck. What a crappy, that would suck so bad. We don't have the infrastructure to just like destroy the current infrastructure. It's something we have to wean ourselves into, not just be like, screw this. And these people who keep pushing the climate change. I'm not saying our climate isn't changing, because it does change naturally. We had an ice age before. What I'm saying is, why are these people living high on the hog still? Why are they flying around in their Learjets, or they have these huge mansions? Why are they not coming down and living like common people? And you know what I mean? They still, this is why, like, all these rich people who keep pushing this agenda aren't living